And I said before, as I sit here on the floor of the House, like, why am I spending time on this? First of all, I have great passion for it as a personal matter. I've devoted a lot of my life to this sport. I love it. Teach my kid this sport. It's a sport based on honor. It's a sport based on integrity. That's why things like the First Tee program are valuable. You learn the rules. You follow the rules. It's a meritocracy. You win by going to the course and beating the course. You treat each other with respect. It's a great sport. And now these guys are just throwing that away, throwing the honor of your commitment to an entity, an organization that made you wealthy for playing a game. And you throw that away to go kiss the ring of Saudi royalty and get your check, and go cash your check. Is that what life's all about? Is that where we are? I started this talking about America's great because America's good. Well, what is good about that? I am all for competition. I'm all for people prospering and succeeding based on their skills, their talents, starting a business, playing a sport, whatever they are, an artist. Go forward and sell your product. You want to go start a rival league? Canadian Football League competes with an NFL. We had the USFL for a while. Way back in the day, we had the NBA and the ABA. We had the NFL, and then we had the AFL. Then they merged. We got the NFL with the NFC and AFC. Like, I get that. Time changed. But you're going to go sell your soul to the Saudis? Have some self-respect. Actually stand up for the sport that you said you loved and that you want to share with the world. And stand alongside the tour, the sports franchise that actually is building up the game, creating development leagues like the Korn Ferry Tour, which was built out of the Hogan Tour, helping our communities across the country. And one last point of all this. I've heard the former president, President Trump, endorsing the Live Golf League. Well, could that possibly be because Trump National Doral or Trump National Golf Club Bedminster in New Jersey will host tournaments? I suspect so. Sure as heck not because it's an advocacy for what's good for the sport. It's not an advocacy for the tour that has allowed those individuals to be elevated and compete against the sports that get, frankly, greater notoriety. And here's what's interesting about what the tour has done. Highest paid athletes of all time as reported by Sportico. Number 2, Tiger Woods, $2.1 billion. Now this is all in, right? Endorsements and dollars earned. Arnold Palmer, $1.5 billion at number 3. Jack Nicklaus at number 4 with $1.38 billion. Phil Mickelson, $1 billion. Greg Norman, $815 million. These guys are all in the top 15. The tour has made these guys wealthy. And they turn around and they stab the tour in the back to go chase their 30 shekels. It is absolutely unconscionable. I stand with the tour. I stand with the players that I mentioned before. The Jordan Spieths, the Justin Thomases, the Rory McIlroys, the guys that are standing up and saying, no thanks, I'm going to stick with the tour. I'm going to dance with the brung. I'm going to dance with the one who brung you. I stand up for the tour events throughout this country that are raising millions of dollars for charity, providing jobs, providing economic growth and activity, and importantly, standing up for this great sport, this great institution, even as we sit here in U.S. Open week, what I believe is the greatest golf tournament in the world because it's open to anyone who can compete. If you can go string together 7 rounds of golf, you can be the United States Open champion. And in the spirit of the country club right outside of Brookline and the story of Francis Ouimet, made into a movie, by the way, that is the spirit of what you can do in America if you just go set out to go do it. The good book in Luke 12:48 says, to whom much is given, much is expected, much is demanded, depending on your translation. These guys have made hundreds of millions of dollars playing a game. They owe the respect to the tour, to the guys they play alongside, they owe to the communities that have enriched them and rallied around them, the courtesy of defending and standing up for the sport and the league and the PGA Tour in this country that has enabled them to prosper and has helped grow this game into one of the great economic engines and sports franchises in the world. Shame on them from walking away from the PGA Tour. And God bless the PGA Tour for pushing back and saying, you don't get to do that. And God bless the members of the tour that are standing strong, standing alongside the community members, standing alongside all of the sponsors and the people that have made that work and have built such a great institution. I yield back, Madam Speaker.